What's up, everybody? Fucking welcome to the show. Yeah, okay, bet. Stay in my respected camera zone. And yeah, how's it, everybody? Back with another episode of Tales from the Lo'i. And I got a very special guest today. His name is Ikaakamai. And I'll let him introduce himself.
Yes, vai puna lau ke aloha nui o kākou, o wani no Ikaakamai nā hue vai, he kai I koe o ka ua pu'ulena o puna. Aloha nui. Isaac is my government name. Ikaakamai nā hue vai. I'm a choice Taro quorum of the ua pu'ulena, the pu'ulena reigns of puna. I come before you.
Yes,
Nui.
bro, that is a killer greeting. Holy
Yes,
shit. So, you pretty much answered a little bit about it with your greeting, but the first question I like to ask all of my guests just to get a better idea of who they are and what kind of environment raised them. Where are you from and how was it for you growing up?
Roger that. Yeah, I actually was born on this street, Waihe'e Road, so thanks for bringing me back to the roots. Moved Big Island, moved Puna, Mountain View when I was like 9.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of traded places there.
Yeah, that's so funny, bro, because I live on the road that he is from, and where he lives now, I'm from that area on Big Island too, so it's like we swapped towns.
Yeah, bro. That's how it is.
So what schools did you go to throughout your upbringing?
So when I was over here, I went Ben Parker. My dad was
Oh,
a
okay.
custodian there, and then he went transfer to De Silva up Ka'umana in Hilo.
Me.
So even though I live Puna, I went Hilo, I went De Silva for elementary, I went Hilo Inter, Hilo High.
My nephews go this over right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Raja.
My sister, she lives up in up Kamana, so yeah, she put them in that school.
Yeah, it's an awesome school.
Yeah, super good.
Sure.
My younger nephew, he kind of had a hard time like learning how to read and stuff. He was kind of like behind when it came to speech and stuff, but that school brought him like so like far ahead,
Yeah.
like for where he was earlier. So super my ka'i. So you said you graduated from where?
Yeah, so I went Hilo Inter, Hilo High.
Okay,
Yeah, I went grad
me.
Hilo High, and then
The Vikings.
Vikings.
So how did your journey into music start?
So I kind of grew up going to church, just had music around me, and then Hilo Inter. I joined band. There was that, people joining band and people joining
Art,
ukulele.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was in the band. Played clarinet, then I played French horn, drums, piano, and guitar in Hilo High, and then right after that I was like doing musicals. And right after that I joined this Jamaican reggae band,
Oh,
and that's where I got my like hard reggae roots from.
was that like a school band or?
We had one band in school, but it was after high school, like right after high school. It's from Puna to more Kaloli side, like more east side.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of Hamas. They already had artists, so I was like joining one backing band and just kind of got that discipline, roots reggae vibes.
Yeah, mean. So what was like your first big performance you can remember?
Like reggae performance or just
Just any. Like,
bro, I think the musicals is like one thing because like you gotta pay attention to so much different moving parts. Like there's like a vocal cue, and then you gotta come in right there, and then you gotta be like on the note. So I think just like being in a musical environment kind of like fostered that relationship to like being on stage. And then
yeah.
when I was on stage, I remember doing like variety show, like talent show in high school. That's
Yeah.
probably one of the major ones
Yeah.
in front of your social peers. And
No, that's a scary one because,
Yeah.
bro, the butterflies before that, you're like, oh shit, the whole school is watching.
Bruh.
If I fuck up, they're gonna tease me. No.
all the chicks.
So you pretty much already had your gills wet then before, so that
Yeah.
pretty much helped you with that then.
For sure.
Solid. So how has our culture influenced your creative process?
So like in high school, bro, I never took any Hawaiian language class. I never really did anything Hawaiian. I was like straight music. After high school, I wanted to be a music major, and like, bruh. And then I realized never had a career there.
Yeah.
Couldn't really make money. Tried different kind of internships. I went Hawaii Community College,
Okay.
and then I went UH, and I was an anthropology major. And they was pretty much telling me that I gotta learn all these Hawaiian words because that's how you get better in the get higher up in the field, like in archaeology, Hawaiian archaeology and stuff.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'll take one class. Boom, bro, I never leave. I got one bachelor's in anthropology, bachelor's in Hawaiian studies, and a master's in Hawaiian language literature.
Oh, me.
Yeah, so
you learn ʻŌlelo all in
college. Yeah.
Oh, bruh, that's hammer.
Yeah, 2014 was my first year. I got anything ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi.
Bruh, that's nuts. Yeah, in high school and stuff, I took Spanish, but like when am I ever gonna use Spanish?
Right.
Like, so I kind of regret not taking Hawaiian because they did offer it at my school. I wasn't thinking with the right head.
Yeah,
but
that's how growing up.
Yeah, I really feel like even when I first started college, bro, like I was majoring in liberal arts, so I was like failing, fucking not even putting my energy into it. It wasn't until I started majoring in Hawaiian studies that I started like getting straight A's, taking school serious, fucking getting choke scholarships, all of that. Bro.
Bruh, super same.
Yeah.
And just like being around those, like, you know, like once you get that language, you get the cultural lens in which to view everything.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, this the song that I was playing, He No Papa, was the first like Hawaiian song I ever wrote, and it was because I was reading a newspaper article from 1875 or something, and the kupuna was just talking about how sad he was that his whole ohana was moving away for the gold rush, and his community was moving away. So I don't know, just harnessing that eha and his sadness, I like came up with that song, like, Hey No Papa, we gotta be founded here for generations.
Yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite songs for me, just because I looked up the term Noho Papa and Behe Behe after, and I was like, oh, I'm a Noho Papa.
Bruh, you is a Noho Papa. But yeah, it influenced a lot of my music, and just being able to, you know, sing about our culture through the lens of our culture, and we're not like only translating, you know, all of these songs. It's not word for word. We put in the perspective and the lens. Yeah.
Exactly. That's really important too, because a lot of the time when you try to translate, like, it gets lost. Like,
it does,
the true meaning, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it, like how I mean it, but yeah, Hawaiian translated into English isn't actually like 100% the mana'o that they were conveying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. So,
for sure. It's more like summarizing,
more
than like word for word, this equals this.
It's
like,
more of like what is the closest English equivalent, and not really like the exact definition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So can you give a quick recap of why a lot of Kanaka today are unable to ʻŌlelo and understand? Just for the audience.
Yeah. So these colonizers that colonized the majority of the world, they knew what they were doing, and Hawaii was probably the last place to get it, in a way. And they knew that if you take the language out of the people, they lose their culture, because language is the fiber that binds you to your culture identity. And because they knew that if they went into the education system and they cut the language out, it would cut the culture out. And you know, we hear stories all the time about our kupuna and how they would get lickings for talking ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. They would have to write on the chalkboard, you know, 1,000 times.
I will not speak ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi.
Yeah.
So bad, yeah.
So bad, but yeah, thanks to the movement in the 70s, the Hawaiian Renaissance, the revitalization of Hawaiian language in the 70s, you know, here we are, we're like products of it.
Yeah.
You can see that it's flourishing, and it's actually being revitalized in our communities now.
Yeah, much needed. Yeah, I always say that, like, as a joke, but not really a joke. Like, America, like, was so successful in taking over Hawaii. Like, if you have like a textbook definition of how to do it, like America, the way they did it to Hawaii was fucking. From a colonizer standpoint,
Yeah.
super like, cause they went after the kids. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's ending here.
Right. Exactly.
And bro, like it's nuts, cause like my great grandma, she could understand Hawaiian, speak Hawaiian, but they were ashamed to use it. You know, like my mom told me like they would only hear their grandparents speaking Hawaiian like in secret, like hidden from the family, because they didn't want anybody to know. It's like, bruh, that's sickening.
Right, just that environment, growing up in it, and like being scared of it, you know.
Yeah.
And like guarantee when they're young, like, cause it's so, like you said, it's those crucial times when they're young. It's like, 8 years old. That's when they learn the most, and they're picking it all up, and they're seeing that. Right, you get slaps for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like, ooh, not trying to get lickings.
Yeah.
Look that. So, how is your worldviews different when composing mele in ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi versus English?
I think a big aspect of it is the research involved. Like everybody knows the ʻŌlelo no ʻEo book.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian proverbs, Hawaiian sayings. Kind of finding the start of how the mele is gonna go from there. Or like I said, for Hinoho Papa, the newspaper article. And yeah, we don't do word for word. We're always like taking like solid mana o Hawaii, get plenty, mo'olelo aloha, some love stories we drawing from, and just using what already got and then making it into our modern day perspective, rather than like relying on the English. I think that's the most solid way to, and it's to contemporize music.
Yeah. For real, that's super. My cutty. Can you share some challenges some challenges you're faced with when conducting mele in ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi?
I think, like I was talking earlier about like the niche crowds, like there's like a certain, obviously the people that understand ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi are the ones that are most drawn to it, especially like seeing the different elements of Hawaiian composition in which these mele are made. I think that's major. So it's kind of like for like the real literate peeps, and then or it's like to inspire the peeps to get literate. Because that's what Huki'ia was for me, like the Aipohaku.
Yeah.
I knew all the words before I knew ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi.
Yeah,
I knew all the words to Huki'ia. I could do them all.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Shouts out Kihe.
Aipohaku. There are kumus up in what we do in this Hawaiian language, reggae, Hawaii.
Shit.
But yeah, just kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a challenge because it's not for everybody. It's like it's for the generations to come, and that's something I always think like, I gotta keep reminding myself it's not even for like really our generation, we weren't raised on ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi how these keiki are raised these days. And so to go to like one Hawaiian immersion school in Hana and they know all the words to He Noho Papa, they know all the words to E Pi'i Mai, that's what reminds me like that. We get them, bro. It's working. But it's through the generations. It's not only for right now. Yeah.
Super, my cut. So what is like Hawaiian music? It's like gone through like so many different I guess eras. Mm-hmm. What would be one of your favorite eras of Hawaiian music?
Bruh, I never really grew up listening to Hawaiian music.
Oh,
yeah, super hoihoi. Like I remember, like, it would be be on the radio, jam on at parties, but like because I didn't really know what they were saying, I didn't like pay too much attention. But it was it was like Robi Kahakalau, I think.
Okay.
I think that era, like Hawaiian style band.
Yeah.
And like the Brother Walters and the Brother Nolans, how they was like making like reggae music in the language that they knew. Yeah. And like of course Anti-Rovian, Anti-Ku, they had the Hawaiian language, but then like it was really like local pidgin music. Yeah. And that was like
yeah.
That was the one. So I think I vote that era.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That you said like it's pidgin. Like it wasn't just ʻŌlelo or English. Like that's funny.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite era would probably be a little bit before that, like like the Kalapana,
Oh, yeah.
CK, like freaking, like
Oh,
the
for sure.
contemporary Hawaiian music, I guess, like rock, or I don't even know what you'd classify it, but
Yeah,
like
what is that?
smooth
It's
jazz,
like alternative, smooth jazz, sometimes funky.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, it's really like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I really like that era because it reminds me of whenever I would be before I moved to Oahu, I would always come visit in the summers. But yeah, whenever I'd come down for the summers, I'd have to rake up all the mangoes and all the mango leaves, and my grandparents would just be sitting under the garage blasting the radio all day, and they'd literally just sit outside from like 9 to 5, just like chill out there all day, listen radio,
Yeah.
and then
The whole Kalapana CD.
yeah, bro, just go
Straight
through
through,
the
yeah.
whole day.
They weren't like picking playlists over
Yeah,
here. They had
yeah.
one straight CD, and that was what was
And
blasting.
my grandma had like the most killer karaoke machine with like all the kind of local music, and
bruh.
like that was the shit.
Shoot, what's the name of that?
Fuck, I don't even remember. I was so young, but it's like the big microphone, and then you press the numbers on the mic, pops up on your TV.
They get some of those old ones on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, one with the boys.
So, who are some of the inspirations you draw from in your own music?
As far as like the music or the like compositions?
I feel like both.
I'm a firm believer that obscurity is in the originality is in the obscurity of your sources. So like I kind of try and draw from like old school music, as far old as I can get, the kind that's not on YouTube, not on Spotify, you know.
Yeah.
Just like listening to the melodies. Sometimes we drawing from different genres.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Freddie McGregor, Twinkle Brothers.
Me.
Like Oswald was major. Jaw Warriors. Clinton Fearon, the Gladiators. Kind of that for the music, and like the heavy, just like tight reggae music. That's where I go.
Sick.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the process of taking an idea you have and creating a full-blown song from it in ʻŌlelo?
But sometimes I listen to something on the radio, like from one of those artists I just said, then a melody catches. I'm just like, oh, and then maybe the song is still playing, and I start like humming another melody to it, but like using different parts of that melody. And then sometimes I show somebody and they're like, oh, brah, what about this? And then, you know, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's on my own. Sometimes I'm like, I just have like a book of just a bunch of mana'o in Hawaii, in Hawaiian, and I write them all out, and then I like try and like put syllables together and like try and put them to that one melody I was singing earlier when I was cutting grass or something, you know, like walking down the street, like walking in the mala at school. So it always hits in different ways, but just like channeling that energy to like record it, or like voice memo. So that's something I utilize, just try and voice memo. Yeah, for anything, not only music ideas, like you just get on regular mana'o that just pops up. You gotta ride that inspiration wave, so always get them down. And then like when I'm no more too much projects, I usually try and like start them. I use Logic. Yeah, that's like my music production, and then it just goes from there.
So how do you ensure that your music can appeal to audiences who don't understand ʻŌlelo?
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm lacking. I did it for a couple songs. I did it for AO, and I did it for Aloha Aina Mezzo Ku'ule music. But like more of that kind of curriculum based content on the Hawaii stuff. Kalamai, aloha to all the people over here. We get one These Guys album coming soon. Brother, yeah, More Money over here is asking for an album. You're right, my brother. You super right. But yeah, we get one These Guys album coming soon. Yeah, a couple singles just ready for fire. I don't know. Not too much people like dig the whole album these days. Yeah, so yeah, we'll drop you the undergrounds if you like. I already sent Brother Kaika one, so.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I can. I
You
can
can share
play
with you,
it.
bro.
I can play it after. So freaking. Yeah. So I asked, how do you ensure that your music can appeal to audiences who don't understand ʻŌlelo? And he said he was lacking.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I don't know, just kind of trying to find a balance from working on, 9 to 5 every day, playing gigs all, like, on the weekends, and then, putting out more music and then doing the curriculum for the music. It's all, like, trying to find a balance between, but, bruh, yeah, I have some, if I could get some grant funding for, like, some curriculum, so if any grant funders out there, some curriculum-based work on the music where, bruh, kumus can just teach from class and they can just use this curriculum, jam the meles, dissect all the poku, all of the verses and the choruses.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just that kind, but
KPPH and KPPO.
yeah, that'd be mental.
So outside of music, what are some other hobbies that you have?
Lately I've been getting into like storytelling through cinematography. AO was like kind of a big thing in that whole
the
thing.
music video is so sick.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I know not too much people stream a whole music video these days according to the analytics, but yeah, just kind of getting into that. But yeah, just malama aina when can. We usually like flying, doing community events, and that's where a lot of my time goes. Besides like music production, yeah.
Solid. So, are there any artists that you dream of collaborating with?
Ooh.
This is your chance to shoot your shot.
Right, I'd say like Auntie Roby and Aipohaku and all the legends that we look up to, that kind of started this journey. I think they get plenty time and they get plenty space, for it. Because I mean, yeah, I think those.
Sick.
I think that's what we're looking at right now. Yeah, I honestly don't think about that too much.
Yeah.
Just kind of grind.
I actually met Auntie Roby this year at my girlfriend. She volunteers for a nonprofit called Ma'i Movement, and they basically are trying to end period poverty.
Oh.
For females that have little to none access to those kind of products. Honestly, like, that's kind of like nuts thinking about like girls need to buy that for the rest of their life just for being girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, kind of nuts. But anyway, yeah. So they threw a huge fundraiser event, and Anake Roby was one of the performers, and I got to meet her, and I was literally like, she was playing, and I was like right there, like in her, like not in her face, but right super close, like fucking recording everything, just cause like it was super legendary. She was playing like Leather and Lace, freaking all the old school like killer ones, and then even John Yamasato from Pure Heart was there. He was playing like How Can I Get Over and all of that. And then half of Keahi Vai was there playing their song. Yeah, it was super killer because it was like all my childhood bangers, like live.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I would get to see those played live, so I was super stoked on that.
Yeah, super mean. Man.
And Anake Roby, bruh, she sounds exactly like how she did before. Like, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I got to chat with her a couple times. In Pauilo last year, the La Hawaiʻi.
Oh, yeah, solid.
And yeah, just kind of, she knows the mele, the Hawaii and the reggae, and how I'm, big Mahalo for her in there. Yeah,
so, I think Kala already asked this, but what can fans look forward to regarding new upcoming projects?
Definitely more projects from my band, these guys, with Kaikana Scanlon.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that's my backing band too whenever people ask for Ikaakamai music, like a concert kind. So, we got more projects with them. Got one with Ku'ulei. Kavika's kind of off the map right now, but We got some Kavika songs too.
Okay, me. Is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's in Aotearoa.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, he not doing gigs, but he doing cherry.
Yeah, solid.
Doing other kind of lahui stuff, but super action.
So your music is not only entertainment, but it's also a form of cultural advocacy. Yeah. So what is the importance that ʻŌlelo plays in that? Cause like, yeah, singing like ku'e songs in English is cool, but like, it hits even harder when it's like in ʻŌlelo, you know.
Right. What's the question again?
What's the importance that ʻŌlelo plays in the advocacy in, cause your music isn't only entertainment, it's cultural advocacy.
Right. Yeah, I strongly believe that music is the way to show the vitality of a nation. Cause
I like that.
yeah, you know, if we think about how music started, like if we think about like hunter-gatherer days, you got to be worrying about food. Yeah, you got to be worrying about housing, clothing, you know, like the basic necessities of life. And once you get all of that down, once you get like the cycles down where you can be harvesting and have surplus, then you get time. And what you can do with your time, you know. And so that's how art. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how art was started. You know, like dancing, like all of the fine arts, all of the performing arts, dancing, music, and so like for that reason, that like even in the kingdoms there was a social class, there was a class rank just for the musician. You know, there's a class rank just for the dancers.
That's it.
You know, and then there's a spirituality aspect of it, that you're showing the spirit of that nation, but you need to that level shows the vitality of the nation, that we're not singing the same Hawaiian song that was written in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
We're singing one song that was written by Hawaiians in 2023. You know, that's like one of the most major things that shows that, you know, Hawaiians is still on the map. Hawaiians is still growing. Hawaiians are, you know,
we here, bro.
We here.
That's so funny you say that, cause I forget what I asked my kumu one time, but I was like, "Hey kumu, do modern Hawaiians do this?" And he's like, "I don't know. Do you do that?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, there's your answer."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, I'm a modern day Hawaiian."
Yeah. When you realize that.
Cool.
Bro, it's real. It's real.
Yeah. It's funny too though. Like, I hate when people are like, "Oh, if it wasn't for America, Hawaii wouldn't have this, and this." It's like, bro, do your research. Hawaii had like way more stuff before America. Yeah. Like, it's not like when Hawaiians seen new technology, we're like, "Oh, that's not Hawaiian, we're not gonna use it."
Right.
It's like, bro, if it made our lives easier, we was freaking all on that, bro. Like, I hate that, like, I guess, stereotype or freaking fallacy.
Lack of information too, bro.
Super. It's like we had telephones, street lights powered by electricity, flushing toilets, freaking, bro, like all of like most of the main state organizations today are literally just the kingdom's organizations. The Department of Education, Board of Water Supply, freaking Board of Health.
Yeah. Like,
bro, those are all from the kingdom. And yeah, that is a And then they say like, "Oh, like you guys would have got taken over by other countries." It's like we had treaties with other countries.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, every other island in the Pacific would be taken over, you know. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Just misinformed, just lack of information.
Super. Yeah. So, yeah, those are, like, some of the lies that I hate. Out of all of the islands that you've been on, what is your favorite thing about each one?
So I never went to Iho yet. Oh, you like me to go every island or just?
Or whatever ones you've been to.
I went to pretty much every major island except Niihau. I think every island had like solid kind of acts. Oh, I never went to Lanai too.
I went to
So-
Lanai.
Yeah.
Lanai is super killer, bro. It's like literally just one town in the middle of the island. Everybody knows everybody. Like, I could definitely see myself living there, but it's not like I want to be one of those guys that just move into Lanai, you know? Because like, they're
Is
real
there like
tight.
Hawaiian homes in Lanai?
frick, I'm not too sure, but it's like basically pretty much all owned by Ellison. But it's not like he can evict anybody. Like, he doesn't own like people's houses. He just owns like.
So they pay
else.
rent or they lease the land from him?
No. That's government, I guess.
State.
Yeah, state.
Oh.
City. It's part of the city and county of Maui.
Hmm.
Yeah. So. They have a Maui cop MPD up there. It's pretty funny. But yeah, there's like one gas station, one store, super like homestead style.
Mm.
Yeah, it's super nice too. Choke history, freaking. There's like a heiau that King Kamehameha built up there that I got to go cruise at. Yeah, I actually went up there to go teach a holly building workshop because me, my kumu, them, we taught the Lanai crew like lashing and stuff. So yeah, that was a super cool experience. I got to. Everything was paid for, and they paid us to teach the seminar.
Sick.
So that was super sick.
So you guys built a whole hale like with pili kind?
Not Pili, we used Lolu.
Lolu.
Yeah. But freaking my kumu is Palani Senesi from Hanamaui. He's the renowned hale guy.
Right.
Yeah, I went on a bunch of builds with them. Like we did the one up at KS Kapalama. We did one in Hawaii at Hawaii. The one at Windward, of course. But yeah, hale building is super like fun, and even like making rock walls and stuff like umu uhau pohaku. Yeah,
Because that's part of the hale building process.
yeah, you gotta because there's no concrete, so you build the foundation in the with the wall. Aside from burying it too, but yeah. So.
Oh, every island.
Yeah.
Bruh, I think it's the people that make the island beautiful. Like
Solid.
from every island, just knowing, on solid kanak and being introduced
Even
into
Kauai?
their space.
Nah. JK,
Bruh.
Kauai guys.
Yeah, some of my idols from Kaho'olawe, they're from Kauai. Bruh, the music scene on Kauai is pretty major too. Shout out to Kauai Collab.
Shout out Kauai Cookie Company.
Yes.
You guys make some cookies. Yeah, my family, the Ko'ohi Ohana, they have like a salt bed and hana pepe. They're real, I guess, yeah, known in that town. My great grandma was a sibling of 17 kids, so they had one tribe up there. So the family reunion, bro, it was so nuts, like realizing like I'm related to all of those people, bro, because there was like at least 1,000, bro.
Oh,
like, it was crazy.
17 ancestors.
Yeah.
Major.
So how did you get familiar with the culture? Because you were saying that you didn't like really grow up around it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like definitely like local culture, just stuff we expose to every day, just going on in the stores and stuff. Different mannerisms we learn just being on local, and how to respect makua, how to respect kupuna. And I'd say those are like core cultural values that we still raise with it even to this day. And I think getting into Halemua, the like what Polo Lua was talking about.
Yeah.
That was like
Shout
in
out
college.
to Lou.
Yes, I did one full 4 seasons with the Halemua, and that was kind of foundational and just like Hawaiian perspective, spirituality, camaraderie between Kane, and like realizing those relationships and how they affect our community in general. I think that was major. But yeah, it was honestly like more in like college, I realized a lot of the things about why I am the way I am from learning culture.
Same, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like growing up, I never really knew what I could see myself doing. Like I'd always ask my friends, like, bruh, like, what am I gonna be after I graduate? Like, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a cop. I don't want to be a construction worker. Like, but I started taking Hawaiian studies classes, and then I realized, like, oh, I can literally be what I want, like a farmer, Hawaiian,
Yeah,
like
man.
whatever I want to be, basically. I hate when people ask me, like, oh, what are you gonna do with your degree?
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, whatever I want to do, bro. Like, I plan on building my life here.
For real, bro. No ho papa.
Yeah. I want my kids to fucking see our little ease, you know?
For sure. And bro, these days, a lot of the jobs and career paths, they weren't even around when I was like starting, back when they was asking me those questions.
Yeah.
So like, bro, this job I have, I'm a curriculum developer at Halikomo, the Hawaiian Language Center. And they didn't have this, you know, like, they didn't have Hawaiian language internships back then. They didn't have like these curriculum spots where you could get a salary and be jamming curriculum, you know, like Hawaiian language content. So it's kind of just brought to all the Hawaiian language, Hawaiian studies peeps out there. Trust the journey. Because I wish someone told me that back in the day.
Stop overheating, GoPro. Motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of stressful, you know, having to like think about how your degree is going to go into your life.
Yeah, especially like yeah, like Hawaiian studies, people are gonna see that and be like, oh, what can you do?
Yeah.
But definitely I'm gonna do something cultural. I plan on like doing something hama for Hawaii one day.
Yeah, bro, you got the zone for it.
Yeah.
You're already starting, like building a platform and like having people come and like helping you work the lo'i. That's major, bro.
So Hawaii or Hawaiian culture is famous for their mo'olelo. Could you tell us your favorite mo'olelo and maybe summarize it for the audience?
Let me think. So since we're on Oahu, I remember this one mo'olelo. Because for a while Oahu didn't have like a chief ruling. Now it was a kahuna. And so this is the time when Ka'ahumanu was going around and converting her own people into Christianity.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the most, probably like the most, you know, last perspectives of what Hawaiian spirituality actually is. But she got to Oahu, and she said, bring your highest priest in front. And she kind of like put like Christianity and said, this is all the things we can do with our God. What can you do with your Hawaiian gods? And the kahuna, he grabbed a stone and he said, this is the pohaku, this is the stone that we use to cook our food, and this is the fire that we use to light it and keep it warm and heat it. And that was Hawaiian spirituality in that time, and that was the perspective of it. And it's just kind of major how the whole Hawaiian spirituality is based on the environment.
Yeah.
And like how Ka'ahumanu, like infusing Christianity into her people is like all like external things, when it's really just internal, and it's like within us, and it's our connection to these things of the environment. And yeah, it's not one like, you know, crazy mo'olelo kahiko or whatever, but I think that's one crucial time.
Yeah. That literally was like a turning point of the whole culture
Right.
as a whole. Like only a few events like did that. One being Kamehameha taking over everything.
Yeah.
The other being Fall of the Kapu. And there's a couple more that I feel like really shook the whole Pai'aina. You know, like down to the freaking. Yeah. So what is one of your favorite ʻŌlelo no ʻeau? Or Hawaiian proverbs?
Well, I wasn't ready for this, Anita. Aia a kaukai a makava'a e mana o heola. It is not until you have the physical fish in your canoe is when you realize your life, you're satiated, you able to eat.
Yeah.
Because just the whole time leading up to there you don't know. And so I think it's kind of like saying like don't count your it's kind of like it's more like that, like don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Yeah.
Make sure that they hatch, make sure that they can give you sustenance before you jump into it. But it just teaches patience. It teaches perseverance until you're able to realize that. And don't jump the gun, like be calm and be like really meditative and comprehensive before making decisions.
Yeah, that's a good one, and it's not really like too popular either. Everybody is like, makahana ka ike.
Aole pau ka ike.
Yeah. So how did you learn the term noho papa?
Just research, bro. The Pukevehevehe, our Hawaiian language dictionary. I later realized that there's like a corporation called Noho Papa Hawaii, and talking with Noel Peralto. When I first brought up Noho Papa in form of mele, he messaged me and he said, the goal of Aloha Aina is to Noho Papa. Yeah, we love the land. We give our nationality, our patriotism, all of our aloha to the land, and then so that our generations dwell in that land and stay there. Stay there. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Noho Papa is the goal, folks.
Oh yeah, no.
And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the term, you wanna explain it?
Yeah. Noho Papa means to be founded generationally in the land of your ancestors.
Mike tell you. So, what has been your most memorable performance so far?
Ooh. I think KWXX Ho'olaulea 2023.
Oh, me. A recent one.
Yeah, it was this year. I think just being in front of my own community, the people that I work with every day, I see in the grocery stores, I see around Ohana, friends and family, just being able, or for them to be able to come to a concert that's all ages, huge block party, thousands and thousands of people. Like, I've never seen so much people on Ho'olaulea before. This was the most major Ho'olaulea, and we were the very last slot. And then just to play in front of my community, that they're able to be there, and I know that my community understands this music. They're always raging to the stuff, but we don't play gigs in Hilo, so that's another thing. So it made it even more special. And then at the end, doing Hawaii Aloha.
Oh, bro, that must have been sick.
It was major, and it'll be
Hawaii Aloha is like, we sung that at my papa's funeral, bro. Like, I love that song. Well, obviously, like, that song growing up in Hawaii, but it's killer when you sing it with like everyone you love.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Ikaakamai is putting them out, I think, next week. I can give you the sneak peek, but
me.
Yeah, we did one reggae version with all 3 verses in hopes that, like, for the hanahos at our events, we can get our Hawaii together, like holding hands, or
sing
just
the whole song.
The whole song, raging.
Solid. So, how do you see the evolution of contemporary Hawaiian music, especially with the blending of global genres nowadays? I'm
in strong support of it, as long as they stick to the Hawaiian elements of Hawaiian composition.
Solid.
I think sticking to the core, doing the research, having the lens and the perspective in which Hawaiians viewed everything and their natural environment. I think that's what gives credit and credifies these contemporary songs.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's gonna stay kind of like this Hawaiian reggae for a while before like we see? I don't know. Hawaiians used to like like how Kalapana and them used to. Like their genres wasn't so one-sided, I guess.
Right.
Like yeah, I feel like there's a lot of talented musicians that Kanaka have to offer that aren't just like only reggae.
Yep.
And I feel like yeah, it'd be cool to see them start popping up again.
Right. Yeah, in the 90s, the dominant form of music was, you know, this rap and hip hop.
Sudden Rush, brah. Legends.
And so, yeah, it really just follows the trends of the time and the people.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like people are coming out with like smooth jazz Hawaiian tunes, and I think that's what it was back then.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure.
Because back in like Kalako and Lili'u Kalani days, it was like those like church hymns.
Yeah,
the church hymns that they're taking the melodies from. So really, whatever's gonna influence those people, and yeah, right now reggae is like a simple avenue. It's like a simple form of music where
it's
the
global
message
too. Like
and it's global.
Every country loves reggae, bro. And it's cool like hearing reggae in different languages too, bro. Like I like some Brazilian reggae and Spanish reggae and stuff. So if you could only play one instrument for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh, why? I think the heartbeat of the people is like where I go, so it's like drums. Right, I love drums.
Man.
It's a heavy kuleana having to keep the time, but you're also like really the band is only as good as its drummer.
Yeah.
And you know, I would do that until I don't know. But I love all instruments. I would, you know, if you ask me tomorrow, I might pick bass because that's the backbone.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I love sitting in the pocket in the bass and like. But yeah, I can't sing when I do any of that, so I don't know. If you ask me the next day, I might give you another answer, but it's really like how I feel that day.
Classic.
Yeah, bro.
So, CNK or Kalapana?
Kalapana.
Yeah.
I have to pick.
Yeah, that's my answer too.
Yeah. Why?
Just, I don't know. I feel like that's when you think back at that era, I feel like Kalapana has more songs that relate to like my type of life. CNK, they have some bangers, but Kalapana is more relatable for me. And I feel like they could do, I guess, more, not more, but they had a wider genre, I guess.
Right.
Well, they're pretty much like, they're both legends.
For sure.
Not to mention freaking Cecilio's weirdness, but yeah. Kalapana! No.
For sure.
Would you ever plan on making like songs in that kind of style? Like old contemporary kind of song? Like I would be down for some backup vocals.
Yeah. Frick, send me the tracks that influence you, and then like that's really what it is. It's like what the people want. I just did one. It was on Kaina. It was like a boasting chant that Kalakaua wrote.
Okay.
And I put it into a Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Oh, mean.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's pretty wild, but yeah, it's really like how the content of the song fit the genre too.
Yeah. Freaking, I'm gonna try show the audience the song. Yeah. The Night Nurse one. This one.
Yes.
Gotta go put them on my drive so I can play them on my computer.
Yeah, bro, we gotta learn how to forget grants. That's the way.
Are you familiar with like that process, like how to write on?
Honestly, no.
I want to learn because I feel like that's I could probably get some grants for my Aina.
100%.
What is some of your favorite Hawaiian foods that you'd like to eat?
I feel like being a musician, we eat Hawaiian food. We're so spoiled. We eat Hawaiian food at every baby party, every grad party. So we're just grinding all the time. But brah, like on solid kulolo, or like when haupia made from grated new,
Oh.
you know, you cannot do those wrong. Or when kulolo straight from the imu,
Yeah.
brah,
Like
you can
legit
tell. You can tell
yeah.
where
it has like
kulolo's
that
coming from.
smokiness or
Yeah.
like yeah, it doesn't taste like normal. Did you ever go to Poi Factory and get the sweet lady?
No.
Bro, are you down after this?
Frick, what is that?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We can hop in. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna show you guys his rendition of Night Nurse in ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi. Quick. Oh wait. Wait.
This one off the new These Guys album.
Oh snap. I was hearing this at Daniel Anthony's place, and I was like, ah, there's no way this is Night Nurse in ʻŌlelo.
We do Private Secretary too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
mean, bro. And you guys are gonna release this on an album or just a single?
Private Secretary is already out. It's Ikaakamai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's on the album.
Solid. So is your guys' band you, Kavika, and Kaikana?
So Kavika's just a separate artist. Kaikana's he's a separate artist, but we're in the same band. Just like we have our own artist names, but then we play for a band too, and that's These Guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
So it's me, Kaikana, and then drummer and bass.
Solid. So when did you saying that drums would be when did you learn how to start playing drums?
High school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, playing in jazz band.
Me. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times kids are ashamed to do band in school. I did band 7th grade, but 8th grade came and I was ashamed. I don't want to be a band. I used to play the trumpet, bro. I taught myself how to play it, George Lopez, the lowrider.
Yeah.
Classic. But yeah, freaking. I feel like everybody's their true self in intermediate. Like, not trying to front or be any kind of way they're not.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't even know how kids are now, bro.
Probably still like a nerdy thing.
School must be weird though, with like how society is. You know?
Yeah, because we never had. Well, back when I was in it was different. Because we never had like Instagram and like.
Yep.
That must be one.
Yep.
That must be.
And like,
Change
bro,
everything.
even when I was going to school, like, kids weren't getting cell phones. Like,
Yeah.
that was still like freaking. You had to be like either a high schooler or like your own job.
Yeah.
But now kids they come out the womb with iPads. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
what like? What did they do to earn any of this? You know? Like, fuck.
And how's it affecting their learning and their
Yeah,
attention
bro.
spans and
Kids nowadays, they don't even know the value of $1. They're so entitled and like they just expect stuff. You know what I mean? And plus too, like parents they can't even lick their kids anymore without people freaking.
Yeah. Licking when you get in the car.
Yeah, fuck for real. Wait till we get home.
Yeah.
You think they can save you? No. Nah. But hey, I got lickings when I was young, but it was never because like my papa had a shitty day at work and he fucking came home and he licked me.
Yeah.
It was because I did something stupid the school called. Fucking my grandma told him, or you know, like it was well deserved.
Yeah.
I don't ever like think I got or nah. My papa was an alky, so I did get like nuts lickings, but I didn't do the shit anymore. You know, I stopped it right there.
We learned, yeah.
Freaking.
That's how we learned.
Yeah. Kids nowadays, they know too that like they can call the cops on their parents for giving them lickings. Like, bruh, try that shit anywhere. Good luck. You like to live with another family. Going, bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
freaking foster care, get it? Wild.
one thing that I really like about Big Island is that there's still like the eel flying and quail. You still can see. Even, is there still wild caught alala?
Yeah, more up in the Uka.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that one where I live.
Yeah, my dad, he's a zookeeper at Paneava Zoo.
Oh, okay.
So freaking, bruh, growing up, I was always getting like the VIP tours, bro. It's so killer. Yeah, he should be retiring soon. He was there over 20 years already.
Actually.
But yeah, Paneava Zoo, not a lot of people know it exists. And that it's a free killer rainforest zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like that zoo is super, like, what is the word? Underrated. And it's like, they have a pretty cool variety of animals. They got like the white tiger, alligators and stuff. And yeah.
Right,
You ever been there?
I haven't been since I was young, like going field trips. Like
Oh,
literally, that was the last
mean,
time
mean.
in elementary school.
Yeah.
Junior school, maybe.
That's funny. Freaking. Yeah. Paneava Zoo, brah. Shouts out to the zoo. Super interesting. So, besides music and stuff, what are some of the other cultural aspects of our culture that you is really hoi hoi to?
I go to Kaho'olawe for makahiki, both opening and closing.
Okay.
So, gathering the oho, the taxes, the different, you know, like kalo of the honu of our pai'aina, the ulus, the nius, and then giving it to Lono in hopes that he will revegetate our pai'aina and Kaho'olawe
specifically. Yeah. So on Kaho'olawe, do you guys is there like different ahupua'a that people?
So we're mainly in Hakuawa and then Kealakahi, so it's like the northern part of the island and the southwestern part.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where there's the lele, and it's pretty much the same. Actually, the makahiki was like revitalized there, and then now like people do it.
Oh.
So there's like one up the street sometimes in Hakipuku.
Yeah.
And then to get them in Hilo too. But yeah, I usually just only go to Kaho'olawe one.
Super sick.
Yeah.
Do you gotta be invited to that one?
I think you just have to go on an access prior. So
volunteer.
Like, yeah. But like, Brad, they get opportunities all the time in Manoa. So if you ever see it, jump on it, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's how Pumai went. Yeah, this recent time. So freaking are you familiar with the nonprofit Kupu?
Yep.
So I have a gripe against Kupu, cause they make like they're for Hawaiians, but they're over here like choosing out-of-state applicants over like local Hawaiians. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like rubs me in the wrong way. But basically, I got rejected from Kupu one term, and that is what inspired me to want to start basically my own Kupu. But actually for Hawaiians and locals.
Yeah.
Cause when they bring in these out-of-state people, like, yeah, they're interested in it, but like Hawaii is not their home. They're not gonna like care about it to the extent that we would. And I feel like we outsource way too much of those positions, bro. Like, I was interning at DLNR, and we was doing a survey for Ua Ukani on Moku Manamana. And then I was kind of just being a dick to the biologist. Like, oh, do you know a Hawaiian name for this bird? And she's like, you know, I should know that, but I don't. And I was like, how did you even get this job?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm from Oregon. There was a listing on Craigslist.
I
was like, oh, so DLNR hires biologists through Craigslist. Like what?
That's why we need more Hawaiian biologists. Your
But
Hawaiian studies. Yeah.
we have them,
Yeah.
bro. Is what I'm saying. Is
Oh,
like,
but they're just prioritizing hiring.
bruh, it's like what? Like
Yeah,
look at
but-
UH. Look how much freaking people just graduated this year that are
Yeah.
Hawaiian biologists. Like what?
Kupu turned me down for sure.
Bro, that's why I have
Yeah.
a gripe against it. It's like, why are you guys turning down people that like are connected to this place?
Yeah.
Like view this place as an ancestor. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Kupu, these guys. They're more like AmeriCorps anyway. It's not really a freaking. Yeah. Well, getting back on some positive notes. What is one of like what is one implement or I guess like protocol that Hawaiians did that were like really like blew your mind, like, oh, they're so smart?
Protocol?
Or not really protocol, but like task or like freaking, I don't know how to say it. Innovation. Because like they didn't really have much to work with, you know what I'm saying?
I think just the overall concept of kilo. I think, you know, being able to create a cyclical time map of like growing your own food, harvesting, and having them in the right time, and you know, to be able to kilo the environment that you know that, you know, we cannot be, you know, we can't be fishing in these areas because it has to revegetate. You know, like, to be kilo for the different weather patterns, the different how the moon phases affect growth, how they affect us as Kanaka, how, you know, how to kilo their own communities, and to see that people like have a hale mua and like the hale pe'a for the wahine and the hale for the keiki and the kupuna, and just like, yeah, I think the overall concept of kilo is something that I even to this day still learning about different ways they kiloed and how it's affecting us even to right now. And yeah,
solid. Kilo is for those of you who are unfamiliar, the English translation doesn't do it justice, but it's basically observing things around you, like everything from like weather patterns to like wind, or like the way animals behave, the way freaking the place stars rise in the sky, like everything you gotta be like aware of, you know. And it takes time to kilo. You can't just like sit somewhere for an hour and think you understand that place. It's like people kilo like areas for like months. You know what I'm saying?
Years.
Yeah, that's what I think is so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, as a navigator back in those times, like imagine like how much you knew, bro. Like, just like every little thing. Bro, look at the stars tonight. I could name probably one star, the North Star, and like one constellation, Orion's Belt. Bro, but like back then, I feel like everybody, like, they didn't have shit to do at night but look up, you know?
Right. It's like common knowledge, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have lights blocking there. They didn't
No
have
light pollution.
sky rises.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, it was funny, or not funny, but it was cool watching how Papa Mao retaught like Nainoa them about all of that star compass and stuff, and like we were just so disconnected with our culture, and thanks America. It's crazy though how like discriminated against in Hawaii Micronesians are, because it's like, bro, without them we wouldn't even have Hokula, you know, like straight up have some respect for our cut. It's not their fault that their freaking islands got bombed and radiated, and now they gotta deal with all that repercussion. Just like small island had it worse than us.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
they're exposed to radiation. Like,
yeah,
that's
not like they can't even eat their coconuts because the fucking radiation seeped into the ground.
It's crazy.
And their islands are only coral atolls. You know, it's not like they have rocks or
like
anything that they can
like
freaking bro. So yeah, I'm slowly, it's hard, not hard, but I'm slowly undoing that freaking shit that is pretty much taught to everybody in Hawaii. You know, that
Same, bro.
fucking. Yeah, you gotta be more mindful of their stories, cause, it's like, think about it. They get to choose where they want to relocate to. Why wouldn't they want to relocate to somewhere like their home? You know,
Right,
like
right.
at least they like know how to go. Like they know how to do ocean shit. They know like they're familiar with it. Is
Right.
what I'm trying to say. Why would they move to like Utah or
Yeah.
fucking Vegas or fucking yeah? Oh, when I went Vegas, bro, it tripped me out. Like realizing like somebody was walking through that bitch and was like, "Let's settle here in the middle of this fucking barren ass
Oh, bruh.
desert." Like
The
holy,
history of Vegas is wild.
bro, it's
Like, the
crazy.
gangsters and,
It's so nuts how hot a place could be on. I didn't understand. Like I thought that shit was bullshit. You know, like fucking can't get that hot outside, bro. You're literally cooking like an oven.
It's a desert. It's
Like
a desert.
homeless people die in the seasons up there. That's what I trip out on.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, is there any other I guess Polynesian cultures that interest you or fascinate you?
Yeah, I lived in Nukuhiva for a good 5 weeks, and I was super fascinated on how close their language was to ours. I was able to become relatively fluent in their language because it's close. Like, ʻŌlelo Ikahale, ʻŌlelo Iteha.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Like our
it's just
our
a different dialect.
L is their Okina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like almost dialectual, but it's like considered different languages. But it could be, bro.
I've been learning a lot, or Maori interests me a lot,
Yeah.
just because like they're the youngest of the Polynesian stuff, and like they know that multiple different Polynesians make up Maori, you know,
Right.
and over time they identified as Maori. I was talking to my friend Turanga yesterday, and he was saying that before they were all Maori, they were Maohi. Like those were the original.
Oh, that's Tahitian right there. huh?
Voyagers.
Maohi.
Yeah, Maohi. So, yeah, it's super cool. I guess recognizing all the little different connections we have throughout the Moana Nui Akea, because it's like 800 years ago we were all voyaging in between each other,
Yeah.
cultural exchange, but then it stopped, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. bro.
Colonization, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's nuts. Like learning about the New Zealand wars. And like while that's going on, like Hawaii is like its own kingdom and stuff. It's like were we literally like allied with Britain while they were doing that to our
Yeah,
cousins? Like
it's
that's
crazy.
kind of like I don't know. That's kind
Well,
of
that's what La Ho'iho'ia was. There was like, oh, no one literate here is ruling, so we're ruling. And they were like, no, wait, we have treaties. And they're like, nope, you
Yeah.
can't show anything. So we sent
Brother
representatives-
Thomas came
Yeah.
to the rescue, bro.
Bruh, bring it back, show the peace. And they're like, oh, okay, you guys get it back.
That's one I guess place in town that has a howling name that I'm fine with. Thomas Square.
Thomas Square.
Because all the other ones is like, bro, why are we naming shit after these people?
Yeah.
Like, change everything that's dull, change everything that's Thurston, change
Campbell.
everything that's
Oh.
like, yeah, fuck that. But I guess it's history, bro. It's not realizing how much shit went down like in the heart of Honolulu. Like Iolani Palace is literally in the smack dab center of a fucking like city,
Yeah.
like with buildings and shit. It's so nuts.
It's crazy.
Even Kauai Ha'o Church, bro. Like, I just went there recently for my uncle's funeral, and he was he used to maintain the bell clock.
Oh.
So freaking yeah, learning about the history of Kauai Ha'o Church was so nuts. Like, and even just seeing all the blocks made out of coral is like, oh, bruh,
Heavy.
that's crazy. Like, that church is not falling.
Yeah.
Super nuts. But yeah, wrapping up my pod, I usually like to ask all my guests, what does aloha mean to you? Because everybody has a different interpretation.
I think it's selfless love.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, my interpretation is also love, because everybody, they like to say like, oh, aloha means hello, goodbye, la la. It's like, no, Hawaiians would just greet each other with love
Yeah.
and farewell with love, because like there's velina mai, ano ai, like
Yeah.
there's actual greetings, you know, like yeah, love is the the root word, I guess. But yeah, bro, freaking, I had a super fun time interviewing you. I look forward to staying connected.
Roger that.
And yeah, let's go fucking. I'm gonna go turn you on to a sweet lady right now, bro.
Mahalo for having me. Aloha nui.